Hello everybody. I'm making a video today. It's Sunday, July 24th. Just was looking at the crude oil chart. I've been kind of following it, kind of pounding the table on what's going on here. It's a pretty sweet setup, considering how many things are lining up. And just trying to pinpoint a right spot where it would be a good bounce area and a good area to potentially leave a run around. Now, what's going on with crude oil, and it's a very typical pattern, is a falling wedge. A lot of traders are probably looking at this. Crude is very highly traded, I'd say. So I made a whole list of things, and let's start. Okay, let's look at the weekly. Okay, I got the weekly right here. And if you're not familiar with my moving averages yet, they're kind of special, and I really like them. A lot of times you get a reaction out of them, even at the first test, depending on the time frame too. The bigger the time frame, the better. More like an hourly is definitely my favorite, but as you can see here, a weekly, for example, is a very good one. It doesn't happen very often where you get nice bounces. Anyways, I will explain some of that too, but weekly, for example, looks like an inverse head and shoulders right here. And these red moving averages, they don't go out any further because there's big moving averages. So on a weekly, you got an inverse head and shoulders. Excuse me. And if we get up close and personal with it, there is this one of the red lines here. There needs to be another one too, but that one just doesn't plot. And I don't exactly know where it would be. But another thing on the weekly is, there we go. Okay, so I actually like this level the best, which tells me it's 43.23 right here. Also, if you can notice, the fast stochastic 93, thank you Johnny from Day Trading Radio, is just about at the oversold level, and this retracement back down, and the falling wedge is grading, did get a bounce here after it got above it, came back, retraced back to it, and then it's more almost like a double bottom right here. So it's a good bounce area. That's why I kind of like it. And now it has come back down to it. You will get a reaction off this level. Now low 43s, let's say 43.23. I would front run it maybe just a little bit to be sure, or just keep a close eye on it and watch the price action in a smaller time frame. Okay, so that's for the weekly. Weekly oversold. Last time we had a weekly oversold, well, that was when we got that bounce. We had a little bit. Anyways, let's look at. Let's go to daily. Oh, there we go. Now the reason I like it, because one of my moving averages is right below us, and here's what I was tracking, and what threw me off when I was tracking crude on its way up, and I was trying to call the top of the move. Oh, I need to change it from my ganache candles real quick. Regular candles. So what happened there was it blew through my level. I think it did get an initial reaction off of it. Perhaps, maybe not. So it blew through this moving average here. A lot of times, like for example here, at market, but I don't want to switch tools. Here, beautiful, perfect tag. And then it chops around this moving average here. It's not quite on the money, so that's why I gotta look at different time frames. But if you notice here, it makes a scissor top, you know, so probably best to see what it wants to do down here. And you know, you don't want to really miss out on a trade either. But this one's actually sitting at 42.97, and you know, I've also pulled some trend lines and stuff. We'll get to that too. But also daily is showing a buy divergence. If you know anything about divergences, is when the price it looks like it could go a little bit lower here to complete this divergence. So definitely looking at the 43 level here for a bounce. It also would line up with this demand level down here. It also lines up with the supply level down here, kind of a support resistance level, support resistance level, support resistance level. So if I were to put a price level down, I'd probably put it like right about, yeah, let me just make it right there. Okay. It's definitely a good opportunity here to throw contract on this lower 43s, breaking it, if you break it down smaller time frames. Okay, so daily buy divergence, falling wedge. Also did some fibs, although I'm not very good at fibs, but there was, if I went out and oops, damn it, on the weekly, this is weekly, yeah. I drew fib levels from here to here. Oh no, from here to here, and then it did line up over here, one of the fib levels also. Okay, so that was a weekly moving average. It's the one I like the best. Daily MA, which I just showed you, and it's just this blue one here. Let's say 42.97. Oh, let's look at the hourly now. Alright, so I know there's a lot going on here. I look at these lines a lot, and you know, whenever there's a big gap, I explained this before. In the bottom of this yellow one, or when you have them close together, especially with this light blue one, that one's a special one. That one like can be way off, like you'll be somewhere else because it's a 2400. But if it's running together with these yellows, and it comes down like so much, it's a very good bounce area. You know, if I was sitting there watching this come down to here, I would have taken the chance here. Yeah, in hindsight, it's easy, but a lot of times what happens, it does come down to the yellows, and then it runs up all the way to the top of the range. There's no other moving averages up top. That starts to indicate it. That indicates a pullback starting, and it works with these lines between the, you know, it gets another bounce off the yellow there, pretty much the tick, and then goes up here, pushes through a little. There's a little overshoot, undershoot always, but a lot of times you get a direct bounce, like so the first test of this red, and then right to the tick, and you can't go wrong with that, right? A nice bounce from 45.91 to 48. That's $3 right there. You know, it's a matter of a few hours. And so yeah, I'm still new at the system. Still gonna have a lot of have to watch it a lot and stuff. But anywho, really try to hold these orange lines in the last line of defense, and now it fell through it. And as you see, I've drawn some moving or trend lines, trying to figure out what everybody's looking at. And so we got a falling wedge here. You got to put a line from the furthest to here. This is what gave you a bounce Friday, but I believe it's not quite there yet. It might run up a little bit, but I think we get another rotation down, perhaps to set up a hourly buy divergence also. The hourly is starting to move up, and then it's gonna, hopefully we get down to this 43 level and set up a hourly buy divergence also. That's like a perfect storm. That'll be what I would like to see happen. Okay, inverse head and shoulders, possible hourly buy divergence. I also looked at other levels. A weekly got 43.23. I also have levels below 42.52, 41.19. Now we're getting kind of out of range, which I don't think will happen. But if we do blow through a 43 level, like it was nothing, definitely have other levels below us to look at. But I'm really liking 43.23, or a lot of times they like to make some weird numbers, maybe 43.33 because it's 4333. Just have to look at it once the price gets past that 470 here that it hit Friday, and see how far it might go. Come down to 4311, or actually 43 flat. Thinking that would hold 43. If it starts to hold 43 level, it'll be a good time to take a chance. But everybody, can do their own also. But low 43s is what I'm looking at. Could potentially run up to 57, 60. I heard somebody say once that crude's most likely going to be running between $40 to $60 for a while, kind of maybe sideways. So, and there is a level below too, where the on the daily, where we had two moving averages married together. It's very strong. If it does drop through, if you get a big drop for some reason, we're looking at 37, 37 level, low 37s. If this fails, 43 fails, I mean, this will be even better. If it just fucking tanked right down to here, great, but I highly doubt that considering how it's been consolidating. So, here's real quick, just the moving averages or trend lines, my bad. You got your falling wedge. Looks like it's almost done. It's gotta bounce off of this one. A lot of times people have trend lines and they're like, well, I think Johnny said that it falls through the trend line, retraces back into it, and then goes higher or something like that. But that could be because another trend line that's there. It's the fake out, shake out action thing. But this one put us right at 43. So yeah. Anyways, a lot of things lining up on this one. One of the most common patterns, falling wedge, bottom trend line bounce, weekly oversold, daily buy divergence, which is huge. And also hourly maybe setting up for a buy divergence. Just right here. From this point right here, this point here, price is still going lower. There's going to be a bounce area. Right, 43.19, 43.20, 43.23. I'm gonna go with 43.23 for some reason because of the weekly moving average I have there. I think I'm gonna have to go with that but we'll see what happens.